It's an honor to be here. I have taken part in a few TED events prior to this, and what I love the most about them is that I can get on the internet and get on some very cool tech blog and get very excited about some new thing, but it sort of dissipates and goes away with the next link that I click. And here I get to see people that came up with that invented something, and that they're really human and they have hair and teeth and clothes, and it's, you know, it's really touching. I love that how TED brings people together like this. I'm just gonna play some music. I was not in New York. I live in New York. I was not there when Sandy hit. I was driving across the country on a tour, and that night I was in Iowa City. And I was in a theater a lot like this, like a very calm, very quiet theater, and I was really freaking out. I just got married. My wife it's still in New York City, and all my friends, I felt like I had absolutely no control over a situation that was, for many people, very disastrous. I was fortunate that none of my friends or family were hurt. It has led me to a place in my life, in my career, where I'm forced to contend with an issue that is very difficult. I travel for a living. That drive across the country lasted 2 months. I fly between continents very frequently. I have a carbon butt print. It's huge. And I have begun to be able to talk about this because it is a source of embarrassment, and because it's something two things I care very much about, the environment and my career. It's not even like it is a passion, but it's also, I make a living doing this, and I don't have any other skills because I've been doing it for a long time. And so how do I reconcile these things? And some people had given me some interesting suggestions, like, well, tell people if they come to a show that morning, they should plant a tree. Well, that's cool. There are many, many ways to offset your carbon footprint through a purchase. And I know there's many, many people have a lot of opinions about that, but I haven't heard any fact that is actually a solution. It seems to be a Band-Aid. Someone said to me at lunch today, an esteemed colleague said, the really important thing is that you just acknowledge it, that you begin there, and that maybe you just change one thing. You don't have to fix everything. You can't do that, but I can change one thing. So, just wanted to say that out loud to a group of people, just to hold myself accountable. This guitar is self-aware, as you can see. It has a brain and the inside. It makes a sound like that. And this piece of technology was invented by a man named Paul Vo, and he is a synthesizer guy, and he built this. This is not a synthesizer, though. This is something that uses magnetic fields to tell the strings how to vibrate. It's pretty much magic to me. And it's a real honor to be able to play it. many of these songs are new, and you can buy a CD. I didn't want everyone to know on the internet. This song's called Fences. very much. I'm going to play this last song for you. And I have to tune. And I usually have real trouble tuning while talking, but I watched this marvelous South African guitar player the other night, and he just talked and tuned at the same time. It was remarkable. How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Yeah, practice. All right. Okay, I've only gotten one string done, actually. I mean, this is probably not a good idea. I'm just going to... That wasn't bad at all. I'll just not talk, really. fire eater. Thank you very much.